As you know, last week we had on the line with us Moegamat Stuurman. He is the president of Caledonian Roses. And last week we discussed with him one of their outreach projects that they've got at Callies, and specifically the feeding scheme. And we've got Moegamat back on the line with us now to give us a little bit of an update on how things went and, of course, what's coming next. Moegamat, nice to have you back on the line with us.
Thank you very much, JP, and thank you for the opportunity.
So it's been a week. Well, yeah, it's literally been a week since we last spoke. And last we spoke, and we can actually see your logos on there. We spoke about broken windows and Moms Who Care and Unchain the Plane. But let's just rewind a little bit for those who maybe didn't watch the show last week and are still trying to catch up. Just give us a little bit of a snapshot on Callies over the last 3-4 months, specifically during the lockdown. Tell us again, what have you been busy with?
So, JP, going back over the last 3 months when the COVID-19 was announced, Callies, together with the sponsors that you have mentioned, have obviously come together to see how we can best utilize whatever we have at our disposal to alleviate the plight of the people within the Hanover Park region. With that, we basically made sure that we collaborated with one another, making sure that there's enough ingredients to sustain us over the last 3 months. So we've been literally cooking food on a daily basis for the last 3 months, non-stop. Every day there was either 1 or 2 pots of food or soup or whatever it was, we were able to make for the people.
So as Callies, essentially you're coming together as a club structure, various people at the club supporting the process, and you've tied up these partnerships with organizations such as Broken Windows and Moms Who Care and Unchain the Plane. Just quickly give us a little bit of an indication. Who is Broken Windows? Who is Moms Who Care? What is Unchain the Plane?
Okay, so Broken Windows is an organization I mentioned that originating from Sabran Park in the Athlone area. Yeah. They a neighborhood watch that basically came together as friends and family members within that vicinity, making sure that they donate whatever funds they have to their disposal towards the causes that is there. Unchain the Plane is an organization and an NPO that originated from Mitchell's Plain. It's all rugby friends of mine that played rugby with me in the years that I played rugby. And they have forged an organization in the Mitchell's Plain area where they look specifically at sporting activities within the Mitchell's Plain area. And when COVID-19 was announced by the government, they came together and changed the objective for the duration of the COVID-19 period. But what they've done over the last 3 months is contribute handsomely towards the food parcels and the food that we made over the last 3 months. They have contributed. I'm not going to mention the values, but it was way over what we've expected from them to come on board. Then the other partner that we partnered with was Moms Who Care, and as I mentioned to you before, an amazing organization of women basically being there for the community. And what they've done is basically made sure that they are the instruments in cooking this food on our behalf. Obviously, we facilitated and we helped, myself obviously being, well, I think I'm a good cook, but I cook as well. So we've basically made sure that we've cooked the food on a daily basis for the community of Hanover Park.
Yeah, Moegamat, you've got to just tell us, we've got about 2 minutes left. Of course, Friday, after we spoke last week, you told us about the plans were, of course, your big plans for Friday, and we've got a lot of photographs here, which we've been showing now, of course. But just give us a snapshot. How did it go last weekend? Because by all accounts from what we were talking about last week, it was a massive project, and it sounds like you had a lot of success.
Yes, JP. The cooking for Mandela Day was very, very successful. Like I said, we had 3 stations that we basically cooked at in the Hanover region. The one was in Evergreens. People that are from the Hanover Park area will know exactly where Evergreen is. It's the Rybrook area. And we also cooked in Hangkliphof, and we cooked in Helmans Walk. Those are the 3 areas that we basically isolated for Mandela Day itself. as set out, we basically fed about 1,000 people on the day, and we've strategically sort of like made sure that we cooked the afternoon and one station distributed the evening.
That's fantastic, Moegamat. Again, like I said last week, we take our hat off to you guys. You're doing an incredible job, and hopefully you keep getting support to keep doing it, and we'll obviously keep talking about it from our side. What's coming next for you now? Which is your next big project? I'm assuming you'll carry on working with Broken Windows and Moms Who Care and Unchain the Plane, but next on the cards for Callies?
Look, this morning specifically, I was drawing up a plan. I was speaking to some people yesterday. In fact, I spoke to not Broken Windows, to Unchain the Plane yesterday afternoon. And the idea came to us that we need to sort of like make sure that we do some form of facilitation within the rugby sphere and in the sporting sphere. So I've looked at getting an obstacle course going at the field, at the Callies rugby field. So I've been approached by one of the gentlemen that I've sent the proposal to send him a detailed list of requirements for this obstacle course. So from a rugby perspective, that is our next big step. Hopefully within the next 2 months, we want to see this plan coming together and making sure that we have the necessary funding forward.
Fantastic. So you're telling me that even if we're not playing rugby, we still can come to the club and people can still be active. They can do an obstacle course on the rugby field.
On the rugby field.
That's
well, we've got, we know avenue is that we're basically looking at an obstacle course that we can have on the side of our field, and not impacting our rugby field as such. So that is what we're planning to do. We want to have that obstacle course, like I said, up and running within the next 2 months. So when we start off next year, with the rugby being frozen obviously for this year, our players can then go, and whether they're junior or senior players, go and have some fun by doing this obstacle course, and in the same time, increase their physicality within the sport itself.
Active,
that rugby is obviously very physical.
Moegamat, then for folks who want to reach out to you guys to contribute in any way, what's the best way for them? What's the best way for them to contact you?
JP, obviously we are on social media itself. So if you want to send me an email, the address or the direct email address is calliesrfc@gmail.com, and then I'm also contactable via Facebook. Callies has got a Facebook page that is actively running at present.
Okay.
Or via Messenger through the Facebook page. They can contact me directly, because either myself or Sadiqa will pick up these messages.
All right.
Or you can use my personal Facebook page in order to get hold of me.
Thanks for that. We look forward to chatting with you again on a regular basis and talk more about Broken Windows and Moms Who Care and Unchain the Plane and any messages we can spread from the public to you or via you to them to get all the support that you need. We look forward to that. Thanks, Moegamat.
Thank you very much.
There we go. Right, folks, there you go. That was, of course, Moegamat Stuurman, President of Caledonian Roses. And if you can help in any way, then, of course, just send an email to calliesrfc@gmail.com. calliesrfc@gmail.com. CALLIES. rfc@gmail.com. Any contributions, any donations, of course, will go to a worthy cause. They're busy with some fantastic initiatives, as you saw there. So if you can support, if you can donate, please get in touch with Callies via that email address. Alternatively, remember, you can find them on Facebook. Just do a search on Facebook for Caledonian Roses, and I'm sure it'll come up, and you can send them a direct message if you can contribute or support in any way. And as I said, it's going to a very worthy cause that they are busy initiating.